Hello guys, I am Abdul and in this video we will be discussing about variables and how to create them. So without any further ado, let's get started. So over here I will create a new file, save it with the name tut2.py. So how do we create a variable? First of all, what are variables? Variables are containers. Okay, you have to remember these. Variables are containers that store different values. In the first video of this course, we discussed about types of values, like float was there, boolean was there, integer was there, and string was there. Okay, now how do we store these values in a variable? So to create a variable, just type the name of the variable. For example, I will type greeting equal to sign, then just type the value. Since I'm going to type a string value, I have to put it inside double quotes. I will type the value over here like hello sir. Now if I want to print this value, what I can do is print. I don't have to type the value, I can just type the variable. Now you would say that why should we create variables? So for example, if I copy this, paste it. Now if you thought that it should be madam instead of sir, would you change all here, all of these lines, if there were 100 in your code? No, instead of that you can just change the value here and save it. I will open my command prompt. I will go to the same directory. Here if I run the file tut2.py, so as here you can see that it has printed hello madam the same number of times as I have written print here. So if I change this, instead of this, hi everyone, I don't have to change everything here. Instead I can just run the program, and as you can see over here, it printed hi everyone the same number of times. That is the use of variables. You can store different values in variables. Okay, now there are some conditions in naming the variables as well. For example, I cannot type one greeting over here and name the variable one greeting. I would have to name it here as well. Okay, if I run the file, it will give me an error. So as here you can see that it gave me an error of invalid syntax, because I cannot use 1 or any other number and start the variable name with it. Instead I can start the variable name with an underscore, save it, run the file. I won't get any error except that I haven't renamed it over here. It gave me an error here, as you can see, invalid syntax. I can just rerun the file. It didn't give me an error and run the code without it. Everything was perfect. There were no errors. Now instead, so what if I had to store integer value in it? I can type any variable name, for example num equal to, then the value, for example 1000. I can print it num. Let's save that, run the file. you would see that it has printed 1000 over here. Now if let's store a value of boolean, for example all working equal to true, and if I print it over here, and save it, over here you can see that it has printed me true. So now one more thing in naming variables, that you cannot name a variable and use spaces in its name. Okay, instead of spaces you have to use underscores. Okay, now variable names are case sensitive. For example, if I write here capital, sorry, if I write here capital W and here I write small lowercase and save it, run the file, it will obviously give me an error. See, name all working is not defined, even though there is the variable all working. Just the problem is that here the W is capital while here it's lowercase. If I just remove it and instead put an uppercase one, save it, run the file, you would see that I didn't got any error. So this was for this video, and if you like it, please subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell so you can get the latest updates of my new videos.